These two are the comedy duo we never knew we needed. Welcome to WatchMojo UK, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 James Corden and Jack Whitehall moments. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we'll be looking at our favorite times that these comedians appeared on our screens together. Number 10. Jack Whitehall's initiation, a league of their own. When James takes an interest in Liverpool's off-pitch antics, it doesn't take Jack long to realise that he's the butt of the joke. It's Jack's first episode as a series regular, and James thinks this deserves a fitting initiation.
In a lot of football teams, when a new player joins the team, they have like an initiation ceremony where you might bring them into the group. And I was thinking, well,
I can see where this is going.
A game called Bare Arse raises even more questions than it answers, but Jack cracks on and gets into position.
Jack, you got to put your hands on the crossbar.
Go on, Fred.
You got to bend a bit. There we go.
You can sense his relief when Freddie misses the target, but when Jamie takes his aim, he is visibly terrified, and for good reason. Jack might be having second thoughts over joining the show, but we couldn't think of a more suitable induction.
Don't injure yourself.
Number 9. Fencing, a league of their own. Jack is thrilled when he believes he finally has the upper hand and shows off about his boarding school fencing days. Unfortunately for him, he fails to impress the others, with James even saying he hopes that Jack performs the worst out of the group.
Nothing would make me happier than Jack being the worst at this. That's all he's done is talk about, oh no, I did it at school.
Even their instructor looks unconvinced by his minimal knowledge, and even more so when Jack tries to take over and give James some unwanted technique feedback.
We'd much rather listen to the expert than someone who just thinks...
I did it.
For what?
At school.
Right, well, 2 times world champion, so...
Annoying someone holding a sword seems inadvisable, but it appears Jack never got that memo. We're guessing that by the end, Jamie is glad he got that slap earlier. Number 8. Synchronised Swimming, a league of their own. The guys leave very little to the imagination in their brightly coloured swimming costumes as they prepare to compete. Jamie is definitely the least enthused by the challenge, but Jack and James release their inner showman to give a performance we're unlikely to forget. Both of them make quite a splash with their routines, and their skills aren't too bad either. Jack is more of a fish out of water, while James looks like he's been doing this his whole life.
Good entries. I'm looking around immediately to nail this start.
Nevertheless, all the performances are incredibly entertaining. We know who the panel voted the winner, but do you agree? Number 7. Sports Psychology, a league of their own. Ever wondered what qualifies James Corden and Jack Whitehall to be part of a sports panel show? We were hoping to learn the answer when they visited a sports psychologist.
If this douchebag tries to play any mind games with me, I will mess him up.
What we do learn is that both men are overly confident in their sporting ability, and perhaps the one quality they share with their sporty teammates is their competitive nature.
You believe there's a mind of a professional sportsman?
The mind and the body of a professional sportsman, I believe I have. Yeah.
Jack even claims that there is a five-a-side team in heaven waiting on him.
They're all in heaven.
Yeah.
Do you know what they're doing in heaven?
No.
Waiting for me to die so they can have a five-a-side team.
While the idea is to test their physical and mental abilities in the context of the sporting world, they become more concerned with beating each other.
Yeah, I would like to win. I'll be devastated if Jack beats me.
Number 6. Having heartburn while hooking up. The Late Late Show with James Corden. If your mate is a talk show host, you may want to think again before confiding your embarrassing stories in them. Jack learns this the hard way when James brings up an awkward personal story on The Late Late Show.
I think it's good if you would... You don't have to share the story about
James.
what happens with you in Heartburn.
I can't believe you brought this out.
Needless to say, it's one of those funny stories that you laugh about, but secretly are thankful it didn't happen to you.
And I got a little bit of heartburn, and I didn't want to upset her.
What makes this story so much funnier is that Jack reveals more details than perhaps needed.
In a moment of madness, I don't know why I did it, I whipped out and just splashed a little bit of Pepto-Bismol on her back. Oh, God!
He accuses James of embarrassing him on TV, but to us, it doesn't really look like he needs much help in that department. Number 5, James and Mrs. Whitehall, a league of their own. It's a long-running gag that James likes to flirt with Jack's mum, Hillary. When she's in the audience, he serenades her and even walks over to give her a rose and a hug, leaving Jack to follow and pull them apart. The best moment is when James reveals photos of him and Hillary together at the gym working out.
You mean these photos?
No, that wasn't me asking you to bring them up.
photos?
Yeah, well, exactly.
Clearly, this is the final straw for Jack, who gets his own back by having a night out with James's dad.
Let's have the photograph, please.
Hang on. What?
We love watching James wind Jack up like this, but we have to admit, Jack's revenge is pretty spectacular too.
No! Dad! Stop it!
Number 4, Shock Therapy, The Late Late Show with James Corden. This friendship test comes with a rather shocking twist. What could possibly go wrong?
Should we just test? It is working? Oh, no! James!
The old friends are quizzed to see who knows the other better, and let's just say if they couldn't answer the questions before, they're unlikely to forget the answers after this game. Their knowledge is pretty impressive, and just proves how close they really are, but watching them mess up is definitely more entertaining.
Harvey?
No.
You can see how much joy they get out of shocking one another, and perhaps even get a little too trigger happy. If anything, this test probably only brought them closer together.
I got it right! You can't press it if I get it right!
But you looked angry.
Number 3, James visits Backchat. Backchat. We're not sure what it is, but it seems that when these two are together, James just can't help but let slip an embarrassing story about his friend. This is no different when during an interview on Backchat, James reveals some pretty intimate details about Jack in front of the audience. And of course, Jack's dad. What's even funnier is when James creates some phallic artwork on the studio floor after being led to believe it will vanish.
They cannot stop themselves. They cannot stop themselves.
It's hilarious watching everyone stare at it in anticipation, and even more so when it dawns on them that it's not going anywhere.
But it's definitely... Has it been a minute? That's just a prop.
Number 2, Send to All, the Michael McIntyre chat show. If you've ever watched Michael McIntyre's chat show, you'll be familiar with his game, Send to All. Michael uses James's recent BAFTA nomination as the basis for his text, which suggests that James wants to celebrate this great achievement with a lap dance.
Let's celebrate the win. Lap dancing. So I'm going to send that. Ladies and gentlemen, that message is sending. Right.
Thanks to James's Hollywood life, we expect to get some A-list responses, and we can understand why he might be a bit nervous about who this message might reach.
You can't send that!
However, nothing could have prepared us for Jack's brilliant response. We're not sure whether he's in on the joke or not, but either way, his answer is hilarious.
OK, we've got an absolutely wonderful one from Jack Whitehall.
OK.
Have to be Spearmint Rhino. I'm banned from Stringfellows.
Number 1, teaming up in the Big Fat Quiz. The Big Fat Quiz of the year. There's always one team that derails this quiz show, and in 2012, that was James and Jack. Whether it's trying to score freebies or a misguided joke about then American President Barack Obama, this team seems to be ready for anything but playing the game.
We wrote it and we instantly regretted it, and we are very sorry for what we've done, so I'm going to stay here till the end of the round.
However, the highlight of the episode is when they manage to get pizza ordered to their seats.
Yeah, there's my man.
Thank you so much. Sorry.
Thank you.
It's a long show, Jimmy, so we ordered some food. Is that OK?
The other panelists look on in envy, but this team is not about to share. As Jimmy tries to get things back on track, we see Jack feeding James a slice. Is there any truer sign of friendship? Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo UK and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.